Alright, hello everybody, welcome back to Explain 12. We're in Calgary, and we're flying to Hamilton on the 737-700 with WestJet today. This is what it looks like here. We're using auto gate in Calgary, which is why the gate is so wonky. But whatever. We're flying to Hamilton. The flight is about 3 hours. About 3 hours and 5 minutes it says. We'll go and get the better pushback. Actually, we'll just start it.
Ground to cockpit. Please show me where you want to go.
Yeah, that's good enough. Okay, and the weather changed. That's what we were saying about active sky not being very good, is because of stuff like this. Oh, I think I also figured out how the active sky thing works that I was trying to figure out for the longest time.
Okay, all doors and hatches are closed. Ready to connect.
Oh, you're early. Hello, Coro. Good evening. How are you doing? You're almost too early. There's still... we're waiting for the ground handling to leave. Now we're gonna go and close that door.
So connected and bypassed and inserted. Release.
Oh, it removes the chocks by itself. I guess the LevelUp does that. The Zebo doesn't necessarily. It was too early. We haven't even turned on the seatbelt sign. Good. How about me? I'm doing good too. For whatever reason, recently they made the anti-collision light almost impossible to see in the daytime. The top one, it's on. You can kind of tell, but it is difficult to see. We'll switch that off. We'll switch these guys on. Get rid of those guys. Everything else is set up here. Yep.
Starting pushback. And you may start engines.
We have a super long pushback here. Range number 2 starting up. Yeah, and we're flying the LevelUp the 700 today. In the new livery too, which looks pretty nice on it actually. Start number 1. There might be ATC by the time we get to Hamilton. Toronto Center likes to be on around that time. We'll see. Then Houston Center's on right now. I don't know why. It's noon on a weekday. All of that's on. That's all good. Alright, flight control checks full left, full right, full left, full right, full up, full down, full up, full down. Now do the rudder. Full left, full right, full left, full right.
Disconnected and bike captain has been removed. Hand signal on the right. We'll see you next time and have a safe flight.
Now let's go. 3-5 right we're taking off on, which is the longest runway in Canada. Just making sure our tiller's connected. Yep. Coro, you changed your profile, okay. I'll read that in a moment. I always have to do these tests before each flight. That's way too realistic. Wouldn't be able to remember all of that. The flight control checks I do before every flight. The tiller that I was talking about, which is not working. It was working 2 seconds ago, so I don't know how it stopped working. There we go. Ah, I must have. Okay, I see. The reason why I checked that is because I haven't flown this plane in a very long time, and it's prone to changing my settings without my permission, just like it just did, so that's why I checked that. But the flight controls I check, and then all of this stuff up here I check. I usually remember everything. Sometimes I forget one little thing, but I never forget anything important. I should remember that I'm flying a 700 today, which also means... What's wrong? Nothing's wrong with your picture, just threw me off for a moment. I was like... There's a new guy, and then I was like, wait, no it isn't. Okay, the scenery is a little bit different to the chart, and this is a very old scenery, so... Makes sense. Well, actually, it's not too different. It's just my chart is a little bit wonky. Let me zoom in on it. That might help. But then I can't see the whole airport. That's fine. Tiller's being wonky as usual. I have to remember that idle power is very much sufficient for taxiing this thing. And then on the 600, idle power is too much. I have to hit the brakes all the time. We're running a few minutes behind schedule. Our departure time was 11:20. Of course, it's now 11:35, 11:34, but we're basically on time. We're definitely landing on time into Hamilton, especially with the nice tailwind we got. Alright. We'll take the Sierra intersection. We don't need the full length of this enormous runway. Even though we're only at 3,500 feet, so Calgary's not even as high up as I thought it was, or as I remembered it being. I remember I flew the 737-600 once out of here. I was flying to Edmonton, which is a 30-minute flight at most. I took off on the other runway, 35 left, and, well, I think 17 right, actually. So the opposite direction, but I was at like 8,000 feet by the end of the runway or something ridiculous. Like, that thing was a complete rocket, and I purposefully used all the thrust I had and all of that. To get out of here quickly. Alrighty, let's get out of here. %, Dougal. LevelUp's known to pitch up quite a bit. The 800 more so, but I haven't flown the 700 in a while, so I'm not sure if it still does that cross check. It doesn't want to climb really. You're up. Oh, now it does. Where am I from? I'm from Texas. 5,600. Still rocketing out of here pretty fast. We have a pretty long flight. I mean, it's 3 hours. It's longer than the average flight on this aircraft, probably. Well, maybe not from Calgary. Everywhere is pretty far. Except Edmonton, Vancouver, and Winnipeg. And a couple other smaller places. Flap 0. We'll start heading direct to the next waypoint. That's one thing I like about flying the 737 is it's more trimmed than anything. It makes my life easy. Everything off. Seatbelts can stay on. In America and Canada, they stay on for a while. All right. Seems to be at the stop. Or close to it, at least. I was looking at the FMC, and in that time, it pitched the nose up a bit. Alright, we'll hand it over to the autopilot to sort itself out. Alright. For that flight that I did to Madrid from Tenerife, I switched up my weather from Active Sky to X-Plane default, but still utilizing Active Sky's preset thingies. Or not presets, but extra, whatever Active Sky has, the extra functions that come with it. Now I changed that mode to be Active Sky below 10,000 feet and X-Plane live weather above 10,000, which seems to be the best of both worlds because X-Plane live weather is better at cruise, but clearly Active Sky was much better near the airports. Based off the other streams recently, all the winds were crazy and they were just wrong and weird. So I think this will probably get rid of all those issues, and then it'll also be a nicer experience at cruise. So it should be better all around, basically. Never thought that it would be interesting watching a man flying planes on YouTube, but here are 3 or 4 streams later. No one is usually here, so it's kind of cozy to talk about anything. That's how it usually is. There's usually no one. It depends on when I stream. If I stream on a weekend or a holiday, then usually there'll be some people, and then there'll be people in the voice chat. And then if I stream really late, then there will be more people in the voice chat as well. But if I stream at this time, or if I stream even earlier, then there's going to be no one here. Or if I stream earlier, then because Raghav's on his trip, he might be on, but now it's a time when no one's going to be on, really. But it's fine. I don't, like I said last time, I don't do anything at all to try and make it more interesting than just watching this for hours. And I don't know anyone who would find that entertaining. So, I do agree though, like, I don't know how you find it interesting at all. I wouldn't. But sometimes we discuss some things. Stupid things mostly, but still things that are worth discussing. And I'm one of those people that, if you know James May from Top Gear, I'm kind of like that, where I can make anything really interesting by being really boring. If that makes sense. But if you know how he talks about things, then you know exactly what I'm talking about. Make anything really interesting by making it really boring. All right. $26,000 now. Neither what you kind of do. It's 8:48 p.m. You're just enjoying this somehow. That's why you keep showing up. You go, well, thanks for the kind words. It's, I don't know. I get how people can sit through some of the times when I'm talking this to people or talking about stuff, but most of the time I'm just sitting here doing nothing. I don't know how people sit through that. I usually, whenever I do these flights, I usually go through my rounds of checking all of the flight sim new sceneries and new aircraft and all of that, their progress, how they're coming along. The real flight is only now pushing. We are well ahead of them. And then every now and then I get sidetracked and start looking at other stuff. it looks so short when compared to the 800, and then it still looks a hell of a lot bigger than the 600. I'll pull that out sometime, but I don't know what can I even fly with it anymore. Air Algerie, I think that's it basically. I think even Tunis Air retired them. Oh, and I can fly Janet too, of course. I've been wanting to fly Janet for a while. I thought it'd be funny. Aeroflyer, Air Algerie, Janet, and Kelowna Flightcraft, which is Aeroflyer. What are they doing with theirs? Okay, I don't need so many tabs open. Don't need that. What is this? Oh no, I don't need that. I don't need that. $3 billion tabs open over here. Oh hell yeah, Axe Miha released a new scenery. What the hell? Even Air Algerie has started retiring their 600s. Oh no, they've only ever had 5? I thought they had more. That's a shame. I wish there was a good scenery for Algiers, then we could actually fly this plane. Algeria is one area that doesn't have good sceneries. Alright, we're just about to reach cruise here. As the first officer just said. Or reiterated, rather. This is the worst scenery I have ever seen for X-Plane. Why on earth would anyone download this? I might, though, just as a meme. Oh, it's made by this guy who, I remember this guy. My god, he makes atrocious sceneries, though. Destroying the poor guy. To be fair, how does this airport look in real life? Like, if it looks this awful in real life, then maybe, just maybe, it's worth a download. We could turn off the seatbelt sign now. We've reached cruise and we're redlining it. We're gonna redline it all the way to Hamilton. All right. Now we're gonna have fun for the next 2.5 hours while we fly along and nothing happens, and then we're gonna land. What made me start simming and streaming YouTube? City Scans explain it. I don't know. I really don't know. I was just like, I'll do it for. It was probably just that I was like, I might as well share it with everybody if anyone wants to see it. But it was stupid. I don't know, stupid, but like, that's a stupid reason, I mean. I don't know. I just thought I'd put it on YouTube. Why not? No reason not to.
What's good?
What's up?
Not much. Still sick.
You're sick? Oh yeah, you
Yeah.
said you were sick, didn't you?
Yep. Bro, the throttles look small as hell, but it's good.
That's nice.
Yeah, it comes with a USB, so that's pretty good.
A USB. I'd imagine though.
A USB wire, yeah. Yeah.
Now all you
Yeah,
need.
using my
Now,
PC to
yeah,
connect
I was just about to say. Now all you need is a computer.
So this I already like priced out everything. I need the PC, GSX, FS Realistic, the Phoenix A320, then the Navigraph yearly subscription, and that's it. I was gonna buy a new monitor, but I was like, that's why. Like, there's no point. My monitor's 75 hertz, and it's okay with that.
Yeah. You're not gonna buy the PMDG 737?
No, I didn't do. I mean, I don't think I can even fly with the Airbus throttles on the 737.
Why not?
I'm not sure. I don't know. I mean, like, it's not the same starting the edges and whatnot.
Yeah, but you can just do that from the sim. Surely you don't have to. But also, it's not too dissimilar because all you have to do is just flip the thing. The engine start lever.
$70 for the PMDG? That's crazy.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Holy shit. Dude, that's on sale too.
But how? What do you get with that? Do you get all of them or just the one of them?
What do you mean? You get no? That's the 737-800.
It's just the 800.
Yeah.
God
They
damn.
only made an 800.
No, they made all of them. I'm pretty sure.
I think that's a mod. Wait, let me see.
No, I'm sure PMDG made all of them, or at least more than just the 800.
Okay, yeah, they have the 737-900, the 800, the 600. They're all listed separately, but they're cheaper. The 737-800 is the most expensive one.
Well, that makes sense because that's the one most people want.
And it's on sale, dude. It's 75. The 700 and 800, it's $75 for both. And then the 900 is what's it called? It's $50. Now the Phoenix, dude, you can literally buy all three. Dude, with the Phoenix, you can buy the bundle, which is the 319, 320, 21 for 90 pounds. Now in dollars, I'm not sure what that would be, but I mean, let me see if they match the prices first off, because if they're charging people for like. If they're charging people like not $50 instead, that's messed up.
Yeah. But yeah, Coro, I agree. Or I see what you mean. I do enjoy this.
Giving you $90, that's crazy. But I'll enjoy the Phoenix. Dude. I want to fly the A320.
I just hope the flight factor hurries up and makes their A320 more flyable.
Yeah, dude, the Phoenix is better than PMD. It's the best from what I've heard. Their A320 is like, it can be used for simulator training at like training centers.
That's true.
It's fully detailed, dude. Everything has like detail.
I think people even use the Zebo and the LevelUp for that, to be fair.
Yeah. The Zemo is like the best free. It's essentially like the fly-by-wire of Blazo explained.
Yeah.
I heard GSX has been bad lately, but I don't know. I mean, I still
GSX can be glitchy, but I'm not sure exactly how.
FS Realistic is $30, but yeah, these prices feel cheaper. It is cheaper because like on XPlane XP Realistic is like what is it, like $40 usually?
I don't know. XP Realistic is almost always on sale though.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've ever seen XP Realistic not on sale, or let's say in the last 2
it's
years.
$40.
Yeah.
But is that on sale?
It is.
Oh, no, never mind.
It's
$35.
Hold on. XP
Yeah, it's
Realistic. Oh no, it's not on sale now.
yeah. I think it was. The Easter sale ended.
I see. No, but it's almost always on sale, even not during a normal sale time.
Do they do sales this summer, like flight sim places, or?
This summer, well, they'll do one for 4th of July for sure. X-Plane, well, the X-Plane store will. I don't know about. Hold on. What? I don't know anything about the MSFS marketplaces, and then Sim Market doesn't usually do big sales like that, but usually the individual devs on Sim Market will do a sale.
Yeah, Sim Market is okay. It shows here there's a Sim Market for it, and then there's Just Flight.
What are you looking at?
Just Flight sells it for 28 euros.
XP or FS Realistic?
FS Realistic Pro is 30 bucks on Just Flight.
That's not bad. Here's
on Sim Market it's 40 bucks.
If you look, this is what my XP Realistic looks like.
Are you screen sharing? Let me see.
I'm streaming.
Oh yeah.
But I have like.
Yeah, it's the exact same for Flight Sim.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
So.
with a couple more settings, but it's the exact same.
It's basically the same, yeah. And then, yeah.
It gives more physics, actually. It really helps for MSFS. Like, without it, the physics look garbage. Your play's not shaking, and doesn't feel as realistic.
Okay. Blackbird is trying to remind the people of the one time that I didn't do my flight control checks.
What do you mean?
No, there's one time I didn't do flight control checks. And the reason for that was because better pushback wasn't working, so I had to use the X-plane map to slew my plane to do my pushback. So I didn't do my flight control checks because I was too busy doing everything else because, I normally do all that stuff during the pushback. And then that was the one and only time the flight controls haven't worked.
Yeah, I had to clean my Airbus throttle. It had literally dust and shit all over it. I had to clean the joystick because it had dust and dirtiness all over it, dude. It was so bad.
That does sound pretty bad.
And it was like sticky stuff at the bottom where there's kind of like that oily thing, so when you rotate it rotates and whatnot. I cleaned all of it, dude, the whole thing.
Fair enough. It's good that you cleaned it.
Oh, and I got my tablet set up with Navigraph, the app.
Yeah, I use that all the time. Works well. Works very well.
And that's... oh, shit.
But yeah,
That's it, probably.
I crashed that plane because the flight controls didn't work. That was the CRJ 900, which is the buggiest thing ever for X-plane.
Dude, what's it called? I bought the DTTA paid airport scenery.
Yes.
On the Any Build site. It's pretty cool.
That's nice. Did you get your controller application accepted?
Oh, yeah, dude, you want to know what happened?
What?
Apparently, the Buggetup the website for VetSim, the day, literally hours after they transferred me, it got crashed. So it's a 404 page, and Buggetup VACC on the community.vetsim.net is not there anymore. And so I spoke with the director of VetMeta, and he said that he doesn't even know what the fuck happened, and that he's gonna tell me what happened once he finds a solution.
That's pretty funny.
Like, dude, it's so ridiculous. I went all that time that they transfer me. I am transferred, but I don't have the Discord link for the Discord server, so I can't join the Discord server and do anything yet.
Yeah. Oh man.
But yeah, dude, I just need to get the PC and then all the plays and shit. Oh yeah, I was trying to DM you. They just released a new plane, by the way, the EU-175.
Oh yeah, I saw that. I saw that the other day. Yeah.
By FSSS.
Yep.
Are you gonna buy it?
Hell no. Why would I buy it? I already got the X-Crafts. It's not.
X-Craft. Dude, I literally rewatched your old streams about the X-Craft fight you were doing, bro. The
No,
old
but-
ones were trash.
no, but-
I still don't trust the new ones.
No,
'Cause
but-
the FMS sucks.
It doesn't suck.
Dude, it's the worst one. It's not even the real one they were using. Wait, unless they put like the original, like the one that everybody uses, because they had an old FMS that
Did
was
you-
custom and that was so bad.
Did you see, have you seen any of the new flights that I've done with it?
No.
Okay, go watch one before you talk.
Before you talk.
No, but seriously, they reworked it. It's very good now. Oh, maybe not very good. Just good.
Yeah, I'm gonna go watch.
Just
what's it called?
good.
Do you play Oblivion?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, but the new ones are good. They're probably after all the Tolai and then the 737s and stuff. They're probably my next go-to plane to fly.
Nice.
Because the old ones, I did not like flying them.
Yep. The worst investment I ever made.
The worst investment, damn.
Hold on, I'll be right back.
Alright. And then he was deafened. We do have a bit of a tailwind here. It is at a slight angle though. How does this, it's pretty much straight in. Oh no, we have to do this turn. Oh yeah, I was gonna look at the chart for Hamilton. Airports, Hamilton, approach. ILS for 12. Oh, yeah, actually, this is good. We don't need to do anything with that. I don't think they ever use runway 6 for 737s there. Seems a bit unnecessary.
Alright, I'm back.
Welcome back.
Hold on. Alright, I'm back.
Welcome back again.
Holy shit, dude. Dude, if it costs $66, that's crazy.
What cost $66?
That if 50 pounds is gonna be $66 for the...
Oh
Phoenix,
yeah,
that's
for the
crazy.
Phoenix, yeah.
Dude, the freaking dollar, like, bro, it was $62 last year.
I mean,
This is...
I don't
Dude,
know.
they should just be matching prices. That's unfair that they're like, if it's 50 pounds, it should be 50 euros, $50.
No, but then that's unfair because it
Or
The
make it a
the
set price,
pound
that's
the
fair.
pound is more valuable. It is a set price. The set price is £50.
Oh, man.
Because if
So
it
they
was
put it in dollars.
if it was $50, for example, then the British people would be benefiting more all the time because it would be cheaper and cheaper for them.
Okay, but they should have just put it in dollars instead. I mean,
Well, I mean, if they're British, then it makes sense for them to put it in pounds.
like, are they British?
I don't know if they're British, but if they're British, then it makes sense. It just makes sense for it to be in whatever price from wherever they're from. Blackbird says he wants to mention that one time he had Zebo failures enabled double engine failures, so where windmill started not work. Neither did fix all failures. Engines did not seize. That's strange.
Alright, let's see your old video here. By the way, Etihad is opening a route to North Africa, to Tunisia. You said that and they just expanded their routes to Nairobi. Video.
Oh yeah, that's true. I saw that too.
Let's see. Okay, here we go. 12 days ago. Okay, Wrocław to Warsaw.
Yes.
You ever use ejected airplanes?
A what?
Ejected airplanes.
Rejected airplanes.
No, injected airplanes, where the sim injects real-life flights into your sim.
No, I don't use that. I
I
just...
think both MSFS and X-Plane have that. There's like a plugin for it.
Do you have a link?
I don't know. Let me see here. I know there's one for MSFS because, as you know, it uses real-time data for all of its shit, like pretty much.
Yeah.
And they're able to get all the flights easily. But they improved on that data in 2024, by the way.
I see.
Because in career mode, it's it's real life activities that you can do. Like if you in career mode, if you do commercial flights, it's real life flights that are happening. Even private plane was, I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
Here, let me see. X-plane, air traffic injection.
Because I have world traffic. You know what the problem is? Because I fly on VATSIM too.
Yeah, world
So-
traffic.
But the problem with world traffic is that it's not really very compatible with VATSIM.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's true.
And then flying on VATSIM has its problems, but world traffic has more problems. So I'd rather fly on VATSIM even if it's unusually quiet at Kennedy Airport in the middle of the day or whatever than flying on world traffic.
Yeah, I want to see the FOS in your video here. Let's see. Okay, there we go. You pull it up. Okay. Yeah, that looks good.
It is pretty good.
Because the other one they had was dog shit, dude. The old plane. It was so bad.
It was.
Like, bro, in one of your streams, I remember the old one. You were like, "What the fuck? How do I figure this out?" Dude, I remember. I think I sent you. I sent Aquafan image. He was like, "I don't even know what to do with the FMS." Like, nobody knew anything on how to actually program it.
Yeah, it was not very
And
logical.
I spoke to the developers, dude. They said, "Oh, dude, it's super easy, bro. Just here, read this 40-page manual."
I do remember that once I figured it out, it was pretty easy to understand, but like just use the real one. It's
Yeah,
much
like, I don't
better.
understand why they would have used the real one. It's ridiculous.
But anyway, the new one is good.
That looks good, yeah. Well, I'm waiting for the, what's it called? FSS to release the VNAV update, which is rumored to be this quarter.
What VNAV update? Does it not have VNAV?
No, it only has LNAV.
Yeah, and you were saying the X-Craft is worse?
Dude, no, I wasn't comparing though. I was just
Yeah, I
saying
know.
Dude, no, but the VNAV, there's a bunch of other important shit like hydraulics and whatnot that's gonna get added, which is gonna make your product complete. Because it has
Okay.
LNAV and everything else, is just missing the freaking VNAV, dude.
But VNAV is pretty important.
Yeah, but the FSS aircraft design is the best one out of all Embraer jets. they have the best design, like a one-to-one realistic.
You mean like
The
the?
interior and everything, the cockpit, everything, and the exterior. It's literally like the most realistic one.
Yeah, but I care more about functionality. So.
Yeah, yeah. That's everybody's like it's like a beautiful, amazing aircraft, but the VNAV, bro, like you need VNAV. It has LNAV. I mean, if LNAV is like the ultimate required thing, it flies normally, but you just don't have VNAV.
Yeah. Okay. But I mean, if you have a payware plane that doesn't have LNAV, then you suck. It's just you suck. There's no other words needed to describe.
Yeah, it's on our website here. It's in early access, so I hope they don't take it out of early access after like they what's it called? They add VNAV or whatnot. But it's also got does the X-Craft have like the what is it called? The panel with like the green, like bigger version of your base screen where it shows altitude, speed.
The panel with the green. This is
Dude,
not
it's
helpful.
The one that you can raise and pull. It's on the 787.
Oh, the HUD?
Yeah, HUD.
It doesn't. But do the E-Jets have a HUD?
Yeah, they do. I've seen the real life videos. They do.
The E1 E-Jets too?
Yeah, the E175. I'm not sure this is the 95, but yeah, 175 and the 90, they do have the HUD.
It does have a HUD.
Yeah, and I noticed on the X-Traps they don't have that. The old ones don't, at least.
To be fair, I never use the HUD, so I don't care that much. But I'm surprised that surely not many airlines have a HUD on their Embraers.
I mean, the 737s do. Embraers they do. I'm pretty sure all of them do. Even old ones, Air Canada has them.
But the HUD is an optional thing. You don't actually have to buy it with the HUD.
I know.
Is what I mean. So I don't know many airlines that would get one with a HUD.
Well, it's better. I mean, because of like for the place size of the windows and everything, especially if you're flying in like bad weather.
Well, yeah, of course, but that's crazy.
I think smaller airlines would probably get it if they're getting a small amount of planes added to their fleet. They would probably get it with the HUD.
I think it would be the other way around. Yeah, but most pictures I'm seeing of Embraer cockpits don't have the HUD installed.
I don't know. Yeah, this is the 195. The 195s do have the HUDs.
Well, I mean, they all have them optionally. If one of them has it, then all of them have it optionally, but very few airlines actually put the HUD on. Like, even the E2s don't have a HUD for most of them.
The photos look so freaking good on FSS, dude.
For example,
I
this...
feel
Bless you. This 737 doesn't have a HUD.
I was coughing, yeah.
That was a cough?
Yeah, that was a cough.
I thought that was a sneeze.
Yeah.
I could manually stick the HUD here, and then we have the HUD. Which doesn't
Yeah, we
work.
should do a flight together sometime on VATSIM.
We
during the
could.
summer. Of course, once I get that PC, dude, obviously.
Yeah.
I found out that 47 is kind of overkill for MSFS, because apparently people were getting those 70 to 80 FPS were playing on 1440p, and I only play on 1080p.
Yeah. I did that one flight with the HUD for most of it. But then I just can't, I can't land with the HUD. I just can't do it.
Yeah, dude, with the VNAV update, they're releasing the entire custom FMS for the FSS. Like, it's getting the fully custom 1-1 real life FMS that they've been working on for like years.
That's nice.
They released their jet on MSFS 2024 too.
I see. No plane in any flight sim has EFVS. RIP. RIP.
Dude, it says here that they don't recommend using the FSS E175 for all live flights at this stage. Well, but this is from 2024. They need to update the base site. Some of it is in 2024.
To be fair, Blackbird, I think it's hard to code that kind of stuff. Like, really hard to code it. What planes even use it?
What?
EFVS.
What do you mean EFVS?
Private jets and cargo planes. EFVS is Enhanced Flight Vision System. It's... What is it?
Oh.
It's
Oh,
infrared.
you mean the HUD?
No, it's not a HUD. It's a better version of the HUD, basically. You guess they often fly to mediocre airports. Yeah.
How much do they charge for their plane? Let's see. FSS also released their 727, B2727. That's a fully fitted plane. That's not a beta or alpha. It's released.
727. That's
Yeah,
an
the
old
freighter
plane.
version. Yeah, they're E-jets. How much do they charge?
Oh, hell yeah. I'm crossing the border. I'm in the US now.
Yeah, and if you buy the E170 and the E190, like the package together, you get a free freighter version of the E190.
A freighter version?
Yeah, there's a freighter version of the E190.
Who uses that?
I don't know, maybe in real life they do, some places. Yeah, they actually do have that in real life. They, in 2020, they launched a program to convert their E190 and E195 to freighters.
That's ass, but no one has taken them up on that, basically.
I think they do, definitely not Atlas Air or one of those, but DHL does, I think.
No. They might have them on order.
Cargo Air, maybe. Oh shit, yeah, DHL does have a 195, I think. Oh, let me see, what plane is this?
Just send a picture, I'll tell you what it is.
It says DHX 195 ES 195. I don't think that's just the flight number.
It's... yeah, that's the flight number. You know they still make them? E175s?
Yeah, they should. Why not?
Oh, because of the E2.
What do you mean E2?
You know the E2 E-jets?
No?
You don't know about the E2 E-jets?
Oh, E195 E2s?
Yes.
Yeah, those, yeah.
The final E190, I remember when it was delivered.
E175 E2, let's see.
No one's
I haven't
ordered
seen
them.
any image of them.
Yes, because none of them exist currently. Which is probably why they
Well,
still make the E175s.
No, the E190 is in use.
The E190 is, yes, but not the 175.
E190 E2.
But not the E175 E2, I mean.
Yeah, nobody uses that yet. They don't have any. Oh, what is the yellow bean? I think that's, yeah, ordered. Yeah, they've, let's see, who's ordered? Oh, Bermuda Air has ordered 2 E190s. Congo Airways ordered E2s of the
Congo
190 to
Airways.
195.
Congo Airways.
Mexicana de Aviación. Whatever the fuck, what is that? Mexicana de Aviación.
It's Mexicana.
Yeah, Mexicana, they ordered 10 E195 E2s and 10 E195 E2s. Republic Airways is, what is, former, they retired the E190s. Republic Airways has 175 E175s.
They like they canceled their order. Or wait, the E1s.
Republic Airways has 172 E175s.
Yeah.
Ones. And then they retired their E190.
What does that have to do with anything, though?
I don't know. I'll just say.
Ass.
U.S. Airways retired all of their E-jets.
Well, that's because they don't exist anymore.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, they don't. Virgin Australia retired their E-jets.
Yes, they did.
Aka Airlines retired their. Sky Regional retired their E-jets. Paramount Airways, Indian Airline. Montenegro Airlines retired their 4 E-jets.
They don't exist anymore either.
Yeah, they ceased operations. Mandarin Airlines retired in 2023.
Yes.
Lufthansa City Line transferred all of their airplanes to Austrian Airlines or Air Dolomiti.
Air Dolomiti.
Lot Polish was the launch customer of the E170, and they're using all of their E-jets still. They have the E195, E2, 3 of them.
Yes.
KLM retired. Oh, they retired the one E170 that they had.
Well, that's because it was leased.
Yeah. They have 17 E175s and 29 E190s. And 18 E2s of the E195. It says here they have 7 on order and they're looking for 10 more. So on top of the 18 they already have.
Not bad.
Horizon Air has 43 E175s.
They do.
They ordered 7 recently. 7 more are gonna be coming.
7 more?
Yeah, they ordered 7 more. 7 E175 on order. And Fuji Dream Airlines. Oh yeah, Fuji has their.
Fuji Dream Airlines. They're ridiculous colored Embraers.
Dude, the saddest crash that happened was the one in Korea, dude. That was the saddest airplane crash I've ever seen.
How was it sad? Like any sadder than a normal crash? Well, yeah, but
If there wasn't a wall, they would have never crashed.
yeah.
Like, who puts a wall at the end of the runway is my question.
If there was never a helicopter,
Into the water.
if there was never a helicopter, they wouldn't have crashed in Washington.
Oh yeah, that's true.
If there was never, what else could we go? If there was never a mountain, many planes would never crash.
Yeah, no, but the helicopter, dude, that wasn't because of that was because the helicopter didn't have the equipment on board to what's it called? Their TCAS. They didn't have TCAS.
Because they're idiots.
Yeah, dude, the Black Hawk didn't have any TCAS on, and regardless of the TCAS, it was kind of the fault of the pilots too, because the pilot, the way they were coming, they should have been visible. They were at almost the same altitude.
Well, 100% it was the fault of the helicopter pilots because they didn't see the plane that they said that they were seeing. They crashed straight into the plane that they said they were going to avoid. 100% of the plane goes there then.
The ATC should have given orders to change heading or something. I mean, the ATC, I'm pretty sure, saw the helicopter on the radar.
Yeah, but it's iffy. The helicopter said they were going to avoid, and it's simple as that. The air traffic controller then said to avoid by going behind, and then, you know.
Yeah.
And Blackbird's right about the Concorde crash. If the DC-10 never existed, Concorde wouldn't have crashed.
Yeah, but the thing with the Black Hawk is that whole thing was suspicious, kind of.
Yeah, it was something.
They said it was a practice flight, but then the government declassified that it was emergency evacuation practice flight for extracting government people out of Washington if there was like a emergency crisis, like some bad shit happened. It was a route that they were doing. They were practicing it if they had to extract Congress people or people of the government across other places. Yeah, it's like the helicopter that takes them from the like Washington to bunkers throughout nearby.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they still got to do those. I still find it ridiculous that they do that stuff. Like that they fly down the river right next to a major airport like that, especially at night too.
Dude, that airspace should have been restricted to them. Like the military should be restricted to those airspaces.
You mean from those airspaces?
Yeah, restricted from those airspaces.
Washington, it's a bit difficult.
But dude, the Korean War was crazy. That freaking wall, dude. Like, why would who the architecture, bro? Like, the architect behind the airport is just crazy for putting that wall there. Like,
Yeah, but
what's the point?
I don't know. Well, the idea was that the ILS antenna, the localizer, wouldn't be submerged if there was flooding because the area was prone to flooding. That was the idea there. But then the crash in Kazakhstan was even sadder.
Yeah. That one was
Like, to be honest, of all the accidents, the one in Korea was the least sad. I think it was visually the most horrible because you see it was caught on video, the plane crashing straight into a wall and then bursting into flames. But
yeah, the one
I don't
in
know.
Kazakhstan, there were people who survived. They're like, dude, one guy got out of the plane swearing at like the fucking plane and whatnot. He's swearing at them in some, I think it was Kazakhstan's language or whatever.
Yeah.
Because he recorded it, bro. He crashed and he recorded him walking outside the plane. The Kazakhstan one was shot down by an anti-air missile, I think.
Yeah. Japan Air is crazy. If you recall correctly, a United pilot says that's true. You can't find the source. What United pilot? The thing is, with the Japan Air crash is that United 232. Yes, complete control failure, of course. I don't know if they practiced it. They did practice it, but not like crazy. They probably practiced it a couple times just for. Well, I say just for fun, but it's not just for fun, but kind of just for fun. I would practice it if I could, but I only got one throttle. If I had two throttles, then I would practice it occasionally. I'd try it at least. Could use mouse. No, I can't use mouse. That's even worse. But the Japan Air crew had it even worse because they lost their entire tail. So then they had no stability either.
Yeah. But air crashes are becoming a lot less regular. Oh, there's less aircraft crashes now in these years than previously.
Yeah.
Each air crash that happens improves this. Basically, I'm pretty sure the FAA or whatever said that any air crash that happens now, like, majority of the time it is not an aircraft malfunction, but rather a result of the actions of the pilots or some exterior factor.
Well,
like in Kazakhstan, where it was a missile that hit the plane.
Well, no. Well, what has happened is, back in the day, planes were such that pilots could still make mistakes. Nowadays, pilots can't even make mistakes, really.
Yeah, like,
But they did have
you can't
hypoxia,
force,
yeah.
like, try to crash the plane unless you like in Airbus, like you can't really like there's security systems in place to prevent somebody just like pushing down all the way on the fucking joystick and try to crash it down like straight ahead.
Yes, but Mr. What's his name on German Wings still managed to crash the plane.
The one, yeah, who wanted to commit suicide and he took control and he crashed into a mountain.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, that was like what, that was 1990 or was it early 2000?
It was like 2013 or something. They could disconnect the air data computer. They could also just disconnect one engine, turn off one engine, and then that should go into normal law then. Or I mean, not normal law. I mean alternate law from normal law.
Yeah, bro, that's why they gotta give pilots bats, bro. If somebody tries to break in or the co-pilot goes rogue, you just take the bat and smash his head in.
No, but the problem was that the captain couldn't get into the flight deck. He had an axe. What's better than a bat is an axe.
Oh, yeah, because the guy locked it, yeah.
Yeah, he tried to axe his way into the door. Or through the door.
Well, do you think they should use key cards now to get into to the cockpits?
Well, the problem is that then in theory a hijacker could get a key card from a pilot or a flight attendant or whatever.
Or what if it required that if you want to lock a door, it had to be two people locking the door, co-pilot and pilot to lock in? Like using some fingerprint scan, biometrics or something?
Well, I don't know fingerprint scan, but something a two card system of some kind wouldn't be the worst.
Yeah, that wouldn't be bad.
But then the problem is the thing is the cockpit door needs to be locked whenever the pilot goes to the toilet.
Yeah.
So that's the problem. It is the only way to fix this is if there is a flight attendant in the cockpit at all times. When there's only one pilot. And after that, it's basically become regulated, yeah. Or
there has to be
two people in the cockpit at all times, yeah. I still don't know how much a cabin crew can do, though, if a pilot decides to just push the control column forward.
Well, they choke him out now.
Well,
they subdue him.
okay, but what about a female flight attendant? What could she do?
Oh, yeah, that is true.
To a large male, okay, but what if there isn't a male on the flight?
I mean, the female cabin crew does work out, so they got some.
Yeah, but what if it's a male pilot that works out even more?
Okay, bro, if he was working out that much, bro, he wouldn't be flying. He wouldn't be a pilot, bro. Like.
What do you mean? No. Some pilots are ripped.
Yeah, they are, but you know, when you hit 40s and you're eating that salad sandwich and cruising, and you really have like lean fat, dude, it's over.
Two people always in there reminds me of the gas mask rule thingy for high altitudes. Still don't understand how it worked on Concorde. Give flight attendants knife. I don't know how it worked on Concorde, actually. I don't think they did anything because it was stupid. The gas mask rule is stupid.
Dude, what if they,
I get why it's there, though, but it's still stupid.
what's it called?
60,000 feet is a few thousand feet indeed. 60,000 feet, though, is only 15,000 feet more than, what's its face?
For the girl, you know what I just realized?
Then the...
Instead of her trying to fight the guy, she could just open the cockpit door and just let anybody in.
No, she could, but by that point it would already be too late. Because, okay, say that the woman is standing... Okay, here, I'll do an example. Say that the first officer goes to take a break and the captain wants to come in. So the flight attendant will just stand here. That's all she'll do. Or she's not going to sit down.
Let me see.
She's just going to stand there and wait. So the captain just pushes the control column forward. The flight attendant will just fall over and the plane will go down. And nothing, like... It's...
Yeah.
Yes, Blackbird. The 747-400 is what I was saying. It has a service of 45. So that's only... The Concorde only flew 15,000 above 744's theoretical service ceiling.
The guy in the back seat when the plane goes straight down and he's free birding towards the cockpit door and lands inside.
That would be something.
Yeah, dude. That's why they do a lot more psyche valves and whatnot nowadays.
And you still get someone that's high on magic mushrooms in the cockpit.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Magic mushrooms.
Oh, dude, I'll catch you. Shows.
You'll catch me?
Oh, Oh, there's a new traffic injector mod. New one that EasyJet Simpilot made a video on. It's called FSLTL. Oh no, it's better performance. FSLTL. Do you know what that? Oh, that's MSFS. Never mind, dude.
Yeah, that's MSFS, but just inject plane with.
You need to switch.
Nah.
Switch over to MSFS.
I will never switch over to MSFS.
Or just play both.
No.
Why?
Do you know how much it costs to keep 2 sims running to the quality that I keep my X-Plane running at?
Bro, it's cheaper on MSFS. Everything is cheaper on.
I know, but I've already paid for everything for X-Plane. I have to pay for a lot of stuff again for MSFS if I wanted to switch over.
Well, if you have Xbox Game Pass, it's free. But...
No, but all the sceneries and all the planes and all that.
Dude, free scenery on MSFS, I like it more than on X-Plane, actually.
Yeah, but I pay for all the sceneries because I want payware sceneries, or at least good quality freeware sceneries for places.
Yeah, dude, on MSFS, they're much better, dude, than X-Plane paid sceneries, in some cases, in many cases, actually.
Well, yes, but I still have to pay for them.
Yeah, that's true. Hold on, 1 minute.
No, but wait. Damn it. But what I was gonna say is, the whole premise is I've already paid for all my sceneries on X-Plane. And I have X-Plane running, and MSFS isn't any better than X-Plane. When you consider all things. Of course, it's better in some areas, and an X-Plane is better in other areas, and overall it ends up being pretty equal. Still, I think, favoring X-Plane. For my purposes. So, that's why I don't switch. And even if X-Plane was somewhat inferior, I still wouldn't switch. Spent too much money on it. And sunk costs, exactly. Alright, we're still maintaining 37,000. We're under 1,000 now from Hamilton. So this is the clouds. No, the clouds look pretty decent. They look a bit patchy, but they're not too bad. They're better than they were before. They're still a little bit... I don't know, they're pretty good, actually. Not perfect, but pretty good. This is the difference between X-Plane Real Weather and Active Sky. The weather won't refresh as drastically because X-Plane Real Weather has different weather there and there, for example. Whereas Active Sky would have the same weather that I'm experiencing right here, everywhere that you can see. Which is why I wanted to switch, because Active Sky kept doing all the ridiculous weather updating stuff. And then Active Sky had that bug with the altitude that I got fed up with. And then, yeah, so this is why X-Plane Live Weather is better for cruise. And as we saw in the previous streams, X-Plane Live Weather can be a little bit crazy once you get close to the airport, once you get close to the ground. So Active Sky is still much better there. And then it's not such a big problem with the refresh of the weather every time you go to a new weather area, because you stay in the same weather area once you're close to the ground, obviously. So that's my thought process here. But the one problem, and this is a very big criticism I have for Active Sky about this, is that they had no instructions on how to do this. Like, there's no information on how exactly this works. Because for X-Plane, there's two different weather modes. There's custom weather and there's live weather download. And for the longest time, I didn't know which one to use for this, what Active Sky calls hybrid mode. But as it turns out, Active Sky Active Sky automatically changes it for you, depending on your altitude. So I just wish it said something like that in the instructions so that I would know. Because I kept being like, which one do I do? I didn't realize Active Sky automatically changed it. But it is what it is. Anyway, I'm going to be right back. Go to the toilet on my in the middle of cruise checklist. So I'll be back in just a moment. Alright, I'm back. At least I don't have to go to outer space like last time. Oh, we'll see about that. I might still have to. Probably not, but we'll see. I guess it didn't fix the altitude glitch. Well, if that doesn't fix it, then nothing will. I thought that X-Plane said that they'd fixed it, but I mean, we'll see about that. X-Plane 2.3. No, but they said that they fixed it, and then the weather radar should be coming out too. for X-Plane. That would be something. I like this new livery a bit more than the old one. It suits the 737s pretty well, I think. And the 787. Oh, now we're too high. let's see. Now we're cutting across a bit of the northern U.S. here. Where's the real flight? Let's see what kind of routing he's doing. Out of Calgary. He is doing a similar routing to me, although he's not going just as far south, or he got some kind of direct. Nat is online, and so is Moncton Center. So is Atlantico, actually. They've been on for hours. What the hell are they doing? There's a route I want to do at some point. For the memes, Luanda to Sao Paulo. On a tag 777. It's insanity is what it is. Luanda to Sao Paulo. Why did they do that? I mean, it's two former Portuguese colonies, so there's that. They speak the same language. What other routes are there? Thursdays, there's almost no shot that I have enough time for a stream tomorrow. I'll say that much now. How many times have I crashed live? Twice? I think just twice. They're both some form of mechanical issue. One of them was actually a WestJet 737, funnily enough. Bad omen. The other, yeah, both of them were. I think no, 3 times. But the third one was even more of a bug. The other two were. No, they were all some form of bug that caused something to go wrong. And then 2 of them were completely unrecoverable, and then the third one I did not understand the bug, and then I kept focusing on that too hard and then crashed because I wasn't paying attention anymore. Something like that. But I've deleted all of them, even though they are pretty funny. It's a little bit bumpy here, but at least we got this nice tailwind pushing us towards eastern Canada. I believe this is basically the only flight into Hamilton, commercial flight, passenger commercial flight. Oh, Porter's starting flights from Glad I didn't crash the last stream due to the wind thing or whatever that is. It was really strange. It did not fly. Like, I should have gone around, obviously. The problem was that I knew that if the problem was that time when I was landing, it would be the same problem again. To be fair, I'd be more prepared for it. But I knew that the runway was long, so I could land. But it was really strange. The plane did not behave at all like how it normally does. Even with heavy crosswinds like we had that time. So, I don't know what it was about it. Because I think it has something to do with the X-plane weather. Because I'm used to the active sky weather. So I reloaded the sim and I did all my experimenting with active sky. And in the same airport, in the same conditions, I landed perfectly. So then I was just like, yeah, it was probably something to do with the weather being very strange. And I don't know if you noticed, but it was the same thing in Madrid on that flight. It was the same thing in Bahrain. It was a similar thing in Bahrain. So I was just like, I can't deal with that. I don't know why it's being like that, so. Active sky it is. But now I do have the best of both worlds. We'll see how we go. Now I'm gonna flip over on landing or some shit. Hopefully not. Yeah, Play is ending. Play actually ended their flight today to Hamilton. Apparently. Oh my god, it's Pilot Krish. How are you doing? Mr. Pilot Krish. How's your school? I haven't watched the Bahrain stream. You demand another one soon enough. I mean, I'll see. I have a good scenery for Bahrain, so I don't mind flying there. I don't like flying to the same place a lot, but I'll fly there again. Soon. Enough. I say that about every place, but you know, flying like every day, slowly progressing. That's good. How close are you to being fully progressed at your Polish academy? But I'm doing well as well. Polish. DM the Flying Barbarian and tell him how you're doing, because he's been asking me every time he sees me, or every time he talks to me. He asks me, how are you doing? So you better DM him and tell him how you're doing. Should be done by the end of this year. Alright, that's good. It's nice and fast. We should do a group flight. But I don't know, how much do you fly on X-Plane now? One day. This is what we've been saying. This is what we've been trying to do with the Flying Barbarian. But every time we try to do a group flight, everyone's sim stops working, or at least someone's sim stops working. Mr. the Barbarian. Barely fly, but you're always active. Yeah, I see you're active on Instagram at least, so there's that. then I'm not active on Instagram. You have bad habits from the sim. Welcome back. In real life. What bad habits do you have? You didn't hear what I said about X-Plane and Microsoft. Taco God.
What did he say?
I was saying, yeah, I have everything already paid for in X-Plane. All the sceneries and all the aircraft and all that, so. There's no point in me switching, because it's not, like, Microsoft is better in some things, but it's not better in everything, and X-Plane is still better in a lot of things, so it's not worth switching. There's nothing where Microsoft blows X-Plane out of the water in. Chris says he's gonna join the chat. Hell yeah.
Well, in visuals they do kind of. Well, mostly.
I mean,
visuals.
not really. Like this doesn't look any worse than Microsoft, really.
Visuals it does. Like in terms of like, think of it as this: is like you pay for XP without what is it called? Exaviro. MSFS comes with like a light version of Exaviro on top of the graphics.
Everything that I have here, everything that you're looking at visually is free.
Yeah, I know. Like, default graphics for MSFS aren't really good.
They are.
XP aren't really good.
The X-Plane graphics are getting better and better. Oh hell yeah, it's Mr. Crash.
Yeah, but like they should have done a major improvement since XP 11.
Yeah.
I mean, XP 11 came out like when did it release here? XP 11 came out in 2006.
No, it didn't.
2016.
2016. There you go.
And then MSFS came out in 2020, and then MSFS 2024 released in last year. But visually, they did it. Like the one thing that everybody in the community agreed on was that visually they did improve on MSFS 2024. 2024.
Well, I mean, yeah, I would hope that they improve. It's the only thing they improved on.
Yeah, for the most part, yeah.
Chris joined and left, so I don't know where he went. Damn it, Chris.
Yeah, Chris, we're...
Mr. Crash. Mr. Crash.
I'm not sure who has it better. It's because somebody told me that the tallest A3 Airbus airplanes aren't realistic. I don't know. For some reason, somebody told me that.
They are pretty realistic.
Like, some guy told me that the interior of the A320s, sorry, if they're A319s and then the 21s, aren't the, like, realistic, the interiors.
What does he mean by interior?
Like, the cockpit is what I mean. Like, it's not realistic at
It
all,
is.
he told me.
It's realistic, but the problem is the textures are bad.
Yeah.
That's probably what he
textures.
means. But that's fine. Like, I don't care. And there's mods. There's texture mods if people are that bothered by them.
Yeah.
Chris, speak.
The worst, the worst airplane. Yeah, crash, hello.
We can't hear you if you're speaking. I don't think Chris can speak. I think that he's. Oh no, we can hear.
Yeah.
Chris is speaking.
Wait, which plane were you talking about? Like texture?
Oh, the Tolai.
Yeah, but I'll be honest, like Microsoft feels like arcade game, to be honest.
But I mean, they're not even that bad. The A330 for whatever reason is horrible textures. But it might be because I haven't downloaded a cockpit mod. I think I've downloaded one for all the others.
What? No, that's just Jar Design did.
No, the Tolus A330.
Dude, no, but MSFS used to be arcadey before they released all of these modifications and planes. And now it's literally the only thing that separates X-Plane from MSFS is the physics of subplanes.
Most planes.
Actually, there's a
Well-
guy in my dorm. He has Microsoft Flight Simulator, and he has virtual reality connected to it. And when I put that shit on, I felt like I was actually in a real plane. Like,
Oh yeah,
it was insane. It was actually insane.
yeah.
And virtual reality actually makes you feel like you're in the real fucking thing. It's crazy.
Yeah, because it plays with your brain. It's supposed to make you feel like that.
I was flying and I'm putting my hand on the pedestal, like, you know, and it's actually I'm in virtual reality. It's not there. I just want to do it or something, but I couldn't.
Ass. Chris, go say something to the barbarian so that he doesn't keep bugging me about you.
Do you guys know why Bugger VAC went down on the community website for FatSim?
No.
Like, you can't join the Discord, bro. It's ridiculous.
How would we know about that?
No, I was asking him if he knew.
Oh no, he didn't know.
Oh, speaking of like bad habits, like ever since I started flying, for example, my comms have always been like really low, super squeaky clean. A lot of things are quite easy for me, even as a beginner.
Well, they should be because if you do this every day, it's gonna benefit you.
But
Yeah,
bad habits, like in the beginning, like learning the landings in general aviation is
This true. It's very different because you're coming much slower.
And man, super steep, like 6 degrees.
Yeah.
Man.
Super slow, super steep, and then you aim for the
I
very
actually-
beginning of the runway.
Yep. And I actually like I had an issue with my check rate yesterday. I couldn't get released for solo because of the weather. So hopefully tomorrow I can get released for solo.
Oh,
But
you're
the-
a real life pilot?
Yeah.
ATPL?
Europe. I'm in the EASA category. Like a
Yeah, yeah.
So I finished my theoretical ATPLs and now I'm doing my flying phase.
Oh, nice. You finished ground school, so you're flying. That's pretty good.
Yeah. So
And then after flying the single engine and the multi-engine of like the small planes, you go to the simulator, correct?
yeah, then I go to APS-MCC for Ryanair. I will join Ryanair eventually.
Nice. Like by the end of this year or 2026?
That'll be somewhere in the beginning of next year. We'll see. Let's see. Just go with the flow.
Dude, congrats. Nice.
And then you're gonna have to get used to smashing the plane down into the ground.
Oh, bro, dude, dude.
So Ryanair is like, for example, I fly in Blue Airport, which is in controlled airspace. Like, man, it's so common. Like we're flying around, like Ryanair. Like I have to hold so many times just for the 737 to land. There's many times I am landing and they're waiting, they're holding short of the runway. And it's like, so it's good. It's good. It's like a very busy environment. Our school is super strict. Super strict. Like it's insane how strict they are.
What, they're like,
Where's
no
the
cursing.
located?
No cursing in the cockpit.
Where is it located, sorry?
Fudge.
Echo Papa Lima. Oh, wait, is this in Spain or
Spain.
in where? Oh,
Okay, yeah, so for example, like my instructor is laughing because this once I was asking for clearance and I was at the hangar. I said requesting pushback and started clearance because and my instructor started laughing. He's like, bro, I never heard that shit ever in my life. Sometimes instead of saying VR, I'm saying like V1 is for chance. There was even one time I took Ryanair's call sign under like stressful situation because we're not just flying the plane, we're doing like fucking engine failure simulations and then have to know all the QRH and SOPs.
You said the Ryanair call sign.
Yeah.
Ryanair 3 Lima Hotel. I mean,
Bro, and for some fucking like reason, the prep in our school is so like long. It's the worst prep, I would say. Like for each flight, you like. Let me see if I can show my school.
that's why I like doing this.
And
You know how much
it's a whole different thing. Like, but man, I can't lie. It's addictive. Like, the feeling of flying is super addictive. Like,
you know how
Yeah.
you keep getting better and better.
you know how much prep I do? I'm like, oh, I want to fly. No, I do too much prep. Actually, I have to figure out what route I do and everything. It's too much.
I'm gonna prepare for my check ride tomorrow. I'm just gonna get my. You guys can see my screen.
Yeah,
yeah.
and we get to see your beautiful face in the top right corner.
Yeah, it's a bit of a terrorist level thing.
Yeah, exactly. You look like Mr. Ahmed over there.
But actually, like, I got my, like, what I said, like, I'll send you, I got my ID recently. The school ID, I don't look like a terrorist. Should I put it in the general chat?
Yeah, I don't care where you put it. Just put it anywhere.
Dude, it's like first year in college and then last year when you're doing electrical engineering. Well, put it in the trusted chat, not the general. Where there's still a $50 link that you haven't deleted yet.
Nah, fine. If you really want me to delete it, I'll delete it.
Wait, where's the trusted?
The Saturn chat. No, put it in the
Yeah,
Saturn chat.
The not Saturn chat.
There you go. I deleted it. Are you happy?
Baby.
Baby.
Yeah, I said baby. Yeah, I'm so sick, I can't even speak properly.
Yeah. I'll give you that one.
Oh, yeah. Oh, nice. What's with the French, Oh, okay. Ryanair Cadet, nice. So
You're-
this is Cadet program, ATPL.
You're a French national who's never lived in France and doesn't speak any French.
I mean, technically, I did live in France because Martin is French.
I thought you lived on the Dutch side.
No, but we have a property in Princeton as well. So.
But which side did you live on? Okay, well, fine. You win that one. But you still don't speak French. And you live most of your life in the Netherlands.
Ass.
If you get based in a foreign country, like, if you get based in like a country where you don't speak the language, do you have to speak it if you want to work for that airline? Like, let's say you want to work for Iberian Airlines, or some like other like Lufthansa. Do you have to speak German or Spanish?
Yeah, this is a very important thing for a lot of legacy airlines. The language.
Really?
Yep.
I thought you just had to like you could write down the script that you're gonna say in the language and then try to say it.
It's super strict here. Like it's not like because, I mean, America's English. So.
Well, no, but like if you work at EasyJet but you get based in France.
No, that's okay. That's okay. If you're like low cost, you don't have to speak the language.
Oh, okay. But what about Ryanair?
No, you don't.
Ryanair is the very definition of low cost. But that's why you see Ryanair pilots from everywhere.
Man, I can't explain to you guys how safe Ryanair actually is as an airline. Like, over 600 planes and everyone is trained the same way. Like, there's no biasness in the airline. Like,
Ryanair landing is best landing. I agree.
Yeah, they actually do good flights. I mean,
man, like, you know what's even more impressive? The 25-minute turnaround, the 20-minute turnaround. Like, getting an entire 737 ready in 20 minutes, man.
You know what
Airlines could never.
You know what I still don't understand about you guys? Or Ryanair? Why the hell do you drag those stairs across all of Europe on every flight?
Like the one in the plane? Because
Yeah.
look, man, it saves on cost for the ground stuff.
It
So-
does, but then it costs a lot in terms of having to carry that shit around everywhere and having to maintain that.
So, have you seen the stairs? It looks super cheap. Like, it looks really small.
No, they are, but still, it costs money. And then Ryanair sticks the rear stairs on anyway.
so do they?
Yeah, that's true. But sometimes, like, majority of the time, like, they just use one stairs.
Really?
It's really quick. Yeah, super quick, man.
Most of the time, I've seen Ryanair drag the rear stairs on too.
Crazy. Like, let's say I'm in the traffic pattern. I did one traffic pattern. I come again. In the middle of my second traffic pattern, they're already ready for IFR clearance again, back to their whatever place it is. It's crazy because like my previous friends in the school are sometimes the ones flying the Ryanair planes, you know. So
Surely, what the pilots do? They don't even shut down anything. They just keep the APU running and the IRS is aligned and everything, and then they just go.
yeah. If you like, it's the turnaround flow. Like the cockpit is set in the turnaround mode, not in the like hold mode.
Yeah. Well, obviously, it only takes 20 minutes.
Yeah. Also,
It's
another
also
thing.
like, it's also like, how do I say it? I mean, it's not like X-plane. In real life, you know, your passenger shit, they come out and new passengers and walk around and a lot of extra things, you know.
And that's why I don't want to do any real life flying, because there's those damn passengers. Fuck the passengers.
Yeah, bro.
I hate passengers. They're people, and I hate
Yeah.
people.
I actually would do my flight school after I finish college.
Nah, man,
It'd
fuck.
be perfect because all pilots majority of them start like at 25 to 26 years old.
Fuck passengers. I forgot to post my screenshots.
So after you finish the ATPL, you have to do like the 2 years of training with Ryanair before you go to become.
For example, like I finish, when I get my license, I will apply to Ryanair, and then I will do the type rating for them eventually, which takes like 2 months. If they don't have any delays or something. Right now they're having some delays because the new planes are being delivered, and there's not enough line training time. And eventually, I can finish my type rating and give you a line training. But then you're flying as a job, which is really good.
Yeah.
Actually, in 3 to 4 years, you can get your command. So
Yeah,
by 25, I can be 25 and be a captain. That's
Oh, nice shit. Yeah, dude. Well, I was gonna say, yeah, they cover your entire training, right?
No,
Uh,
I'm paying.
Oh, you are? Okay, okay.
The best line a pilot can say is "fuck the passengers." Exactly. Fuck them. I don't care about them. That's why I do this shit.
Like, people say Ryanair is such a shit airline. Like, bro, like pilots, it's completely different. Like, we get to fly like 737s, we get good jet time, we get paid well as well, you know, like.
Bro, with Spirit Airlines, you pay for the pilot.
Hey, there are some airlines.
Hi,
you can fly
Peterkins.
them.
Yeah, bro, like Spirit Airlines is so bad.
Spirit Airlines is
No,
so
but
bad.
it's like, if you say Spirit Airlines,
It's the worst in all of America.
but man, like Spirit and Frontier is in the same category as Ryanair in terms of like inside the plane, you know, they're the same.
Yeah, yeah.
Spirit and Frontier are still better than Allegiant, by the way.
And the Allegiant is ass. That's all I can say.
Allegiant is the worst airline in America.
It's so bad. I mean, like, I was still a fan of them when they were using their 757s and shit. Like, that was a nice
757s and MD-80s, hell yeah.
MD-80s, yeah.
Oh hell yeah, here's a picture of Christian in an elevator.
It's not Country Airlines.
Sun Country's alright.
Yeah, dude, they have cadet programs in ATP. The ATP Academy throughout America, they have the cadet program.
ATP has a cadet program for even Frontier. They have one for Spirit. They have it for every airline.
Yeah, yeah. All of the ones that get you to the major leagues, pretty much. Like the sub airlines. Like, because nobody's going straight to Delta or American Airlines. You start off with their sub airlines. Yeah.
One of my friends, he's Indian, and he's flying for Delta 576.
Nice.
So my call sign for tomorrow is Bartley 2 Bravo Victor.
Yeah, dude, Avioman, he works cabin crew, right?
Yes.
Avioman.
Oh yeah. Oh, what happened to Avioman? I forgot he even existed.
He's cabin crew for an airline, and I'm probably not allowed to say what airline.
I mean, I don't think it's that deep.
Yeah, I think it is. I won't say, but
Okay, but it's a good airline. It's just.
Oh, he's told us before, though, I think.
no, but not on stream.
Oh, I asked him on stream before.
Really?
Yeah, I asked him.
I'm surprised he's allowed to say it. I won't say it anyway, but it is a major airline. That's all I'll say.
Yeah.
And he's based at their main hub.
Okay, let's do the fuel planning for tomorrow. I will take.
Yeah, I always thought he was a pilot.
He was, or he had a PPL. I think he still has his PPL. Problem is he failed his medical. That's what he told me.
Oh.
Yeah, but I think he did his CPR, did he? Or no?
I don't know. Well, he was in training to fly Saab 340s. Well, I could probably say what the airline is by now.
Training to fly Saab 340s, he has to have a CPR.
He was in training to fly Saab 340s for silver, and then he failed his medical, and then I don't know what happened after that.
Yeah, but did you take the medical before you even do anything? Like, before you start flight school?
No, but
Man, like, you have to renew it like every year.
yeah, you have to renew it, and he failed one of them at some point.
Oh, okay. Yeah, well, that's why in ATP it's like 12 months to get your ATPL, like the PPL, CPL, and then your ATL. They make sure it's actually 9 months to get if you have your PPL. If you have a PPL license and you go to ATP, the academy, it takes 9 months to get your frozen ATPL. Literally 9 months.
It's like the thing, you know, here's the difference. In America, for example, it takes shorter time to become a pilot. In Europe, I would say, shorter. It's also, I would say, a bit easier on the spectrum because Europe is like 80. Oxford is 80, literally.
Yeah.
But in America, the process to get into like a bigger jet is so much. It just
Yeah, that is true.
Well, no.
It takes like 3 years, usually a couple years.
It's very simple to put it this way. In Europe, it's much easier and much faster to become a pilot, but in America, once you do become a pilot, you get paid much better.
Yeah.
That's how you should look at it.
Dude, there's a guy, there's European pilots actually with a transferred license to FAA who literally commute from, there's this guy I read who commutes from Norway to the US to fly planes for the airlines.
His tax must be enormous. But I don't know how that would work if he's... I don't know how that would
It's
work.
just how that bad. It's literally worth it for them to do that than to work as an airline pilot here.
No, but what I
Or
mean
something.
is if he's in the U.S. for over half of his time, then he actually pays taxes to the U.S. and doesn't pay any to Norway.
Probably.
So he just has to make sure to be in the U.S. for over half of the year.
Dude, if I go to flight school after college, which I'm very much thinking about, I would just work at Envoy and I wouldn't give a shit. Flying the Embraer jets, heck yeah, dude. I couldn't care, bro. If I get to flying an Embraer jet is literally the best thing.
To be honest,
I'll see, like, for example, because after I get like the 80 pesos ticket, after I think if you become a captain, then you get your 80 pesos bucket. And then I can, if I want to move to the US, it's really easy.
Yeah, dude, I really like.
Like, the airline license is the most valuable thing for
Yeah, that is true. Cause it's recognized by all of Europe, but then wait, when you finish flight school, you get your ICAO, right? Like ICAO is recognized by everybody.
yes, ECAO as well, so it's easy.
Yeah.
Like, fly for Emirates.
Yeah. Cause yeah, you get ESA in all of Europe pretty much, and then you can have ICAO for the rest of the world. Whereas if you're American, you can only do ICAO, and then you only have ICAO and FAA.
Yeah, and the whole thing is like you cannot go from a FAA to a EASA. You can go from an EASA to
Yeah, but like the thing is, with FAA, like the amount of airlines we have in the U.S., I don't see why people would switch from FAA to Europe.
oh no, you have to be stupid in the head to switch from FAA to like in
If you're already working a job, that is, yeah, literally.
even me, I'll see how my life goes. Maybe I can fly for American Airlines or something.
I would. There's this YouTuber I watch is called Fly JV. He hasn't posted in a long time, but if you know him, yeah, he works for Delta now. He went from working for Nigerian Airlines to all the way to working for Delta now in the US.
Nigerian Airlines.
I'm not even joking, dude. He worked for them, and now he works for Delta.
Where's he from?
It's the black dude, right?
Nigeria, Burkina Faso.
He's from Burkina Faso.
He used to fly.
Yeah, Fly JV, dude. He's a major YouTuber.
Ass.
His video got like, look at the most popular video. I
Nah.
think it is Nigerian Airlines because he keeps doing the routes from Africa to France, and it's always from those two nations back and forth. So it's definitely
Between
Nigeria
Nigeria and
Burkina Faso.
France?
Nigeria because flights. I mean, look, this flights 3 hours.
Yeah, well, it is because the crew's all Nigeria. I'm pretty sure either that or Burkina Faso.
But none of the Nigerian airlines fly to anywhere in Europe.
It's an African airline, 100%.
I can tell from his
And it's by the uniforms also. I could tell it's definitely an African airline.
Click on any of the videos.
Yeah, click on video and then the most.
He makes some dope videos.
I think he flies for Air Senegal.
Yeah, maybe.
It must be. Keep going. Keep going.
He's ripped as hell also.
Yeah, keep going, keep going.
He doesn't show the exterior ever.
No, I know, but there's other ways to tell. No, wait. Show the cockpit. In daylight, though, would be better.
I was trying to find the registration.
Exactly, but no, this is certainly Air Senegal. It has to be.
Man, you look. No, but you know what's weird? Look, he has French epaulettes.
Yes, but they speak French, and they are French,
Yeah,
basically.
He speaks French.
Well, Burkina Faso speaks French, and so does Senegal, which is almost certainly why.
He's active on Instagram. That's where he's active. He's not active on YouTube. He went from the year working at Africa for the airlines to JetBlue, and then from JetBlue to Delta. He built up his experience, and he went to flight school in Spain at one of the best academies.
Wait, hold on. Go back to inside the cockpit. Alright.
He went to Air One, if you know what academy that is.
Air 1, that's
This is a surprisingly old 321,
No,
though.
it's in Malaga.
it's an old 320. But oh look, wait.
fly his A320.
It's the old CRV.
Yeah.
Oh, look, we can check. Okay, okay. Now we check Air Senegal.
Wait, go back.
Bro, just got it casually.
The Air Senegal's A321s are
But
like.
the uniform changes.
But man, look at the scarf. She's wearing a red scarf.
Yeah, yeah, on this airline, yeah, it could be, but later on, I think he switched to another African airline.
This is Air Senegal. They're the only African airline that flies 321s to Milan. There can't be any other.
Yeah, yeah, in this video, he worked for them, but I think he switched to another airline.
What other airline could he have switched?
I think it is Senegal, because he did do flights to Senegal in one of his videos.
This is like one of my favorite videos. This guy, he makes some cool videos. And he has like, what the fuck, how many ads?
Alright, I'm done watching that. Their 321s are older than I thought.
Yeah, I'm watching. Dude, the last time I did I'm only gonna be flying VATSIM on MSFS. It's about time I do it. Dude is doing a barbecue outside the dorm room, that's crazy. Alright, I'll catch you guys in a bit. Have a good one.
Alright, see ya.
Good luck with the stream, dude.
Thank you.
I'll probably be back like next week when school's over and I got everything set up.
Okay.
See you, bro.
See ya.
You see how bullshit this whole thing is, right? Like, I started to go to super just recently.
You what?
How much prepping I have to do for each one. Like, look at this.
Yeah, there's a lot.
I mean, this is just the alternate, like,
The alternate.
yeah, because I'm like a checker, and for a checker, if you're doing solo release, you need to have alternate. So I put them have love alternate.
Well, yeah, I know you need to have an alternate, but like that's a lot for an alternate.
Sometimes, yeah, sometimes you even do no, but these are the waypoints, like the VF4 waypoints. You need to do alternate.
Ass.
Yeah, and then you need to find the true track, eject track, correct jig, medic dig, okay, track difference, wind correction angle, getting all the clock speed, all that bullshit, and then look, you have a whole section for master balance, fuel planning, and then you need to go layer on this side of I have to go over here to check the fucking camera. Look at this.
I am tired.
Like, I go to every single flight barely even
That's too much effort. Oh, there's a bit of turbulence here now.
I can't even begin to explain to you like how like man, like with your feeling in like big planes, the turbulence, like the planes that we're flying, they're like ultralight, right? So they're like they shake approximately 50 times more on that scale, I would say, and constantly. Like there's no autopilot, you're locked in, you're flying all the time, you know, throttle in your hand, stick in your hand, and you just get used to it, man. Like so, even the worst airline turbulence is I'm not even gonna feel bothered anymore because you're just used to flying it.
Well, I mean, you better get used to it if you fly through that every day.
Yeah, and actually, I don't have motion sickness. For me, it's fine. I don't have motion sickness. A lot of people struggle through motion sickness in the first phase, I would say.
Yeah, but they're weak.
But for me, like, you know, you understand what's going on. I know how a plane fucking works. Like, it's okay. And actually, I'm never like nervous to fly the plane. I'm super confident when I'm doing everything. I'm just nervous because we get graded on each flight and it's super strict. You know, you get graded and
You probably got points off for saying that you were Ryanair.
what?
You probably got points off for saying Ryanair on the frequency.
And it was just like I was doing a go around actually, and I was like super under pressure, so I made that mistake. But it was not a my instructor. He understood it. It's like a big deal. Man, my comms, like I can vouch for that. It's even better than some of the instructors out there.
Your comms are better than some of the instructors?
Yeah, like I'm not even lying. Like especially the ones that can't speak. Like
But aren't they supposed to be super strict?
they are super strict, man. They will kill you. Like the way you get feedback on each flight.
Well, I mean, you better. That's the whole point, isn't it?
Yeah, every flight is different exercise. It's not like you're flying to a different place.
I will fly CPT. Do you mean cross the pond, CTP? If you're asking cross the pond, then no. If you're asking something else, then if you're asking about Cape Town, oh yes. No, I won't. No, it's okay. It's okay. I'm just making sure. Because CPT can mean Cape Town. It can mean captain. It's no worries. But no, I when is it anyway? I have to check.
Oh, Jeff, do you remember Dylan Freda's again?
Of course I remember him.
Where is he? Where is he from?
He's back in Sri Lanka. He gets on sometimes.
Seriously, still?
Yeah.
Like, does he finally have a side stick or something?
I don't know about that. He doesn't. No, he probably does because he flies sometimes. It's on the 26th. Nah, I'm not gonna do it. Saturday. What airports is it? That's a lot of airports. But I never like doing cross the pond. There's too much traffic. And then it's ridiculous. There's only one time that I somewhat flying out of Paris to Boston at 9 a.m. 9 a.m. Zulu, right? Yeah. Okay, fair enough. I remember I did cross the pond one time. Or it was in the middle of COVID. There was cross the pond eastbound or westbound. I don't remember which way it was, but there was a huge amount of traffic, and I calmly flew from Sao Paulo to Johannesburg. So I crossed the pond at the same time as everybody else, but on a very different route than everybody else. Nice. That was a classic on the jar design.
I have one word for jar design. It gets the job done, but it feels like a toy.
No, I agree. It does get the job done, but not very well. That's what I would say about the jar design. It gets the job done, but not well.
Yeah, but I hate like it doesn't have its individual FMC. Like everything is interconnected. Like it just feels cheap. You know?
It is, but it's better than it's underrated because people hate on it so much. But it gets the job done.
It's fine. Yeah, it gets the job.
It gets the job done.
It's not fully in depth though.
No, but it's not the price of a fully in-depth aircraft.
But I can't lie.
you know it. The cockpit looks horrific in it. It's so out of date. Textures are so awful. The exterior looks pretty nice though.
The exterior of the explain 12 A330 is really nice.
It is, but then the functionality is
Especially, it's just ass. Like, it's so unfun to fly.
The aerogenesis has made it somewhat flyable, but the aerogenesis still has bugs.
I remember I was flying Aerogenesis. I modded it and then made like a 330-200.
Yeah. So all of this means that the 330-900 is still by far the... Yeah, exactly. Jeff is just saying it. The Tollus A330 is by far the best one. It's. I like it. I do. I think it's very good.
My favorite plane is the Flight 52.
Oh, yeah, of course.
So good.
No question.
Super in-depth, super fun to fly.
The only problem is there's still one or two bugs that come up every now and then.
For sure, yeah. It's always like...
And they should release their damn Rolls-Royce engines already.
So you can fly from British Airways.
I can already fly British. You know, BA has...
You can, but usually they use Rolls-Royce.
Yeah, but they use both. I can fly American with the Rolls engines. But yeah, the Tollus A330 is very good. The only problem with it is the textures are awful, the cockpit textures. But other than the cockpit textures, it's a very good plane. I mean, I flew it across the entire world, no problems. Went very well. You saw that, Krish? I flew it from Paris all the way to Noumea.
Seriously?
Yeah, with a stop in Bangkok. If you go back, I did it like a week and a half ago. No, it's live. Go to live. Not videos, live. There's three of them. No, you went past it. It's Air Callan. Yeah, that one, and then there's three whole streams it took. This is me leaving Paris.
But is the 330-900 good?
It's pretty good, yeah, but the cockpit looks horrific. But other than that, it's very good.
Man, like for example, like it looks, of course, Hollister they got all the systems wise, but like it always looks like the cockpit. They don't look like the real plane.
Yeah. But other than that, everything else is very good about it.
I just wish they released a fucking normal A330. Like, come on, it's so easy to do it. Like, just do it.
No, but I just wish that someone improved the aerogenesis. What they're doing is good, but then once that's fully worked, then it's all good.
But you get it. Like, if they can make a 330-900, why can't they just make a 330? Like, it's super simple.
Yeah, I know. I'd rather them make the 340-300 because the 330-300 will get there, but.
Yeah, and I also want the 340-300 because it's more used than the fucking 600.
Yeah, exactly.
So you can do more flights.
They're making the 350 though, so there's that.
I was like seeing a 330 video about check if that's true.
Nice history. Mumbai A330 cockpit takeoff. What the hell is this? Oh, it's an ad.
Oh my god.
Get an ad blocker.
Swiss A330. Bombay. Just look at the cockpit. Like, the A330 is really satisfying. Oh my god. I don't want to see Diddy stuff.
Diddy stuff. Yeah, but I mean, to be fair, the Tollus doesn't look that different.
It's just this panel, like the main panel, I would say.
It's a little bit, the color's a little bit off, and then it's a little bit.
And also, this, like, the proportion of this, like, you see this section is super off.
It's a little bit off, but I think it's mostly the angle.
Yeah, it's the angle. Or like one of my favorite A330 videos is this one, which I actually watched so many times.
Is it the one where they fly into Miami?
No, the landing in Seattle is my favorite video. This one. A330 Lufthansa. Just skip to the part. Like, look at this. Beautiful. So they get radar vectored when they're landing in Seattle.
How old is this? Brave browser for ad block. My god, it's perfect. It is perfect. I enjoy using Brave too.
You can see it.
Yeah, I can see it.
So they're getting radar vectored. Delay vectors.
I'm about to enter Cleveland Center shortly. Well, I still have to pass over Lake Michigan, so I'm a little while away, but not too far. Oh hell yeah, flaps 1. Why are they doing flaps 1 already?
Because the cloud base is really low, but it's not so low.
No, but they're descending down to 7,000. Or are they climbing? Is that the missed approach altitude?
No, they're descending. You see, because like the ATC told them to slow down for acceleration, so to be at that speed, they need to extend. So
I see. Because I'm not listening to it, so I don't hear what they're saying.
oh wait, should I quit?
No. I'm streaming, so I don't listen to stuff.
I like the part when they go inside the clouds. It looks really nice.
Are those volumetric clouds?
Yup. You see how old this video is? They're using paper charts.
Yeah, I know. That's what I was going to say. This video is like 20 years old.
Old cockpit photo, yeah.
This must have been brand new when this video came out. This A330.
Probably, yeah. Honestly, this is my favorite like era of aviation. 2010 to like 2016, 2017.
This is probably from before that.
Even I think it's 2012 or something.
I was going to say it's like 2007. It might be 2012, but sometime plus or minus a few years from 2010.
Yeah.
Montreal's online as well, but I don't fly into Montreal Center. No. I hate Seattle.
What's the best place in America?
Texas. No, it's Wyoming. I think so. But that's because there's no one there.
Yeah, it's like super random. Auto thrust off. What a legend.
That's the way it should be.
Yep.
Airbus makes it a little bit harder for that, but... Speaking of which,
If you go up above 50%, it will go into a D10.
it's stupid how it does that. Which one is he aiming for? 1-6 center? Looks like it.
1 6 yeah. Fucking lag.
What are these Polish ads? They're the worst things I've ever seen. Or what do you watch to get ads like this?
Bro, I don't even know.
Oh, I have these enormous cumulus clouds in front of me. What? Oh my god. These are some huge clouds, good lord. Boston, Cleveland, Memphis, and Montreal are all on, but they don't affect me.
I think the captain has this more like this the bearing on the map.
Mm-hmm. Aren't I losing some altitude? No, but it might be doing that X-plane glitch again. If you see the altimeter going crazy.
You see it, the aileron?
Yeah, I see it. If I'm losing some altitude, it's like 5 feet at most. Nothing big enough to warrant any concern. Is that a United or a Continental on the left? It's also surprisingly windy over there.
Yeah, but you know what's funny? Like even like I have to use paper charts in my school. We're not allowed to use the iPad.
Really? Why?
Yeah. So we print out all our paper charts, just like this guy.
I see. Well, I will quickly go to the bathroom, so I'll be right back. Alright, be back in just a moment. Alright, I'm back. What did you say? Oh. Damn it, you're still quiet as hell. Yeah, I've heard you the whole time, but I sometimes have to switch view to hear you well. How far am I from entering the guy's airspace? I'm not too far away at all. Why are there two Cleveland centers? Oh, it's the same frequency though, so it's fine. 119,875.
Look at this. Do you notice this?
What?
It's like this thing where you check for airspaces and everything like that.
I see. This. Alright, let's prepare for our descent as well. The arrival is extremely simple. We just come in, we turn left, we descend to 3000, we turn right, and then we intercept the localizer. That's the star. The ILS frequency is 110.9. Put that in the left side. The course is 117. Good. We'll tune in the VR as well. Why not? We got someone here on our TCAS. The minimum is 200. Or no. There we go, 980 Barrow. Missed approach is 3000. Weird, no ATC so far. It's not too weird. It's pretty early in the morning in America. Or like pretty early in the day and people are still at work. That's why there's no ATC. I'm flying to Hamilton in Ontario from Calgary. Oh yeah, ILS. Four runways. I see. Alright, let's look at it's CYHM. Visibility is excellent. 050 knots. Oh, that's excellent. 3022. There we go. We'll do auto brakes 3. It's almost midnight, yeah. But I mean, that's time zones for you. I did all of that. How long's the runway? It's probably decently long. Yeah, it's 10,000 feet. We gotta roll. I'd like to roll to Charlie. Auto brakes 3 is pretty perfect for that. But then we'll just vacate on the runway 24 if we have to. That's fine. Alright, the ATC, the next one is online. Cleveland Center. I'll check in now, why not? I'm still a bit out of his airspace though, but whatever. I need a piece of paper though. Where's my paper that I use? Oh, here it is. Cleveland Center, good afternoon. WestJet 532, flight level 370.
WestJet 532, Cleveland Center, same position.
We are about 130 miles northwest of Hawk. We're still out of your airspace, but we wanted to check in a little bit early. WestJet 532.
WestJet 532, Cleveland Center, find a roll me, radar contact 70 miles northwest of the Mount Pleasant BOR, flight level 370, welcome.
Oh, that was that. What do you say? You're too quiet. I can't hear you.
Like, do you want to do another leg after, like a short flight? Maybe?
Probably not. Do you want to do something?
Checker 112 Alpha, this is Cleveland Center, roger, your radio, so if you do read this message, acknowledge within...
Hold on, I can't hear you. Wait, the ATC's talking.
We speak after.
Okay, no, wait. What did you say? You can say now.
I said I have to wake up at like 7 flight, so...
Oh, well, then go to sleep. Don't worry about doing a flight.
Charlie, 112 Alpha, thank you.
I have my chicken McNuggets that I gotta eat.
Chicken,
Yeah, I got 6 chicken McNuggets and barbecue sauce.
6? I always buy the 20.
Yeah, but I had a burger earlier. This is just, for dessert.
I have an Oreo ice cream sandwich.
Now, checker 112 Alpha,
Yeah, that was my
ready to exit the hall.
that was my other dessert. I already ate that.
I need my dessert.
It looks so short. The 737 700.
WestJet 532 Center.
Go ahead for WestJet 532.
You have time for a question?
Say again, please.
Do you have time for a question?
Yes, I do.
Okay, this is the instructor monitoring your center controller. I'm a Hamiltonian. No one likes Hamilton. Why? With all due respect, is someone from Finland flying to Hamilton? Is there like a story here?
I have a pay-where scenery for there, and this flight just so happened to be flying at this hour, and I just so happen to be free at this hour, so that's it.
That is a beautiful answer. I hope you have a wonderful landing, sir.
Thank you. That is the most random thing I have ever heard on this frequency, ever.
What did you say?
Apparently, I'm flying to a place called Hamilton in Ontario, and this is the only passenger flight that they have currently. And the guy is from Hamilton, the supervisor who's online, and he asked me why I'm flying there.
I think bro's just going wants to speak.
Yeah. But then I wasn't expecting them to contact me because there's no reason to talk to me, so I was just like, what? And then he was like, I have a question, and I was like, what? Am I descending? No, I'm over here.
Africa 112 Alpha, you came at 9, can you expect
Why am I flying? I don't know, maybe for fun in a game about.
28.
Yeah, but he was asking.
And
Hold on. The ATC's talking again. Just wait.
to acknowledge ident.
Alright, now you can talk.
Yeah, why do your clouds look like in real life?
Have you installed X-Plane 12.2?
Are these the new clouds in X-Plane 12?
Yes.
Holy shit, they look so real.
They do, I know. But I also have I have reshade as well, but they don't affect the clouds. They just affect the brightness and colors and stuff.
I'm impressed. Like, this looks super good. Like,
I know, like people don't realize it, but this is X-Plane 12.2 now. This is what the clouds look like. It's an improvement over what we had before. Yeah.
Now, check a 112 Alpha, ident. Thank you.
Why am I flying? What?
one day we should all do the Alaska milk run.
I want to do that at some point.
Hard to get sceneries for it. That's about extra shit.
I have sceneries for every airport on the milk run now, I think.
Like, payware or
Payware or freeware, whichever one is available.
and like the really like rural ones, they don't have.
They do now. They have payware sceneries now, but not freeware ones. Petersburg and what's the other one right there?
Ketchikan as well.
Ketchikan, yeah. Petersburg and Yakutat have sceneries now, so all the airports have one. Because the normal milk run is flight 50, right? Which is Seattle, Ketchikan, Petersburg, Yakutat, Juneau, Anchorage.
And to
So-
make it better, we should do it in like
Cleveland Center jet links 20.
We should do it in real time?
5 northeasting Thomas flight level.
Yeah, I always do it in real time. I do all my streams in real time now.
Position as reported maintained.
400 jet links 20.
Freaking ATC. Alright. I should ask them for descent. Well, not yet. I'm still 80 miles out, but pretty soon. Yeah, it's not why am I flying. It's why am I flying to his local airport. Because truly, Hamilton is... They don't get many flights. And not any passenger flights other than this one right now.
WestJet 532, recycle your transponder, squawk 0723.
0723, WestJet 532. 0723.
Now, check a 112 Alpha, turn left heading 120, descend and maintain 4,000 vectors to approach, ident to acknowledge. Now, check a 112 Alpha, ident observed. Thank you.
K
2665, you are leaving my S New York's offline, radar first is terminated.
KUSA is where he's flying, or where he's from.
Talk to you later. 2665.
This is so ass. It's so long.
You over there doing all that.
Make the whole performance calculation. Look at this thing.
Why are you doing it now?
You have to do it like that. I mean, some things you have to add them on the day, and then once you get there,
I see. I was gonna look at some VATSIM radar.
Cleveland Center, hello from November 1 to Matango. Currently level at 430, passing over the Chambersburg VOR. November 1, Lima Tango, Cleveland Center. Your radar contact position as recorded, level 430. And Cleveland Center, November 1 to Matango. I do have the traffic on my radar, no visual though, but I am monitoring. Roger.
"25 more minutes until we're on the ground in Hamilton. 151 miles. We're gonna start our descent in about 5 minutes." Bit of turbulence here.
WestJet 532, descend and maintain flight level 290.
Descend and maintain flight level 290, WestJet 532. 290.
Jetlink 20, proceed direct the spinner vortex, that's Sierra Papa India.
Direct spinner, Jetlinks 20.
We're starting our descent now.
Now, checker 112 Alpha, time right heading 210, acknowledge with an ident. Foxtrot Charlie here, 112 Alpha, ident observed, thank you. November 1 Lima Tango, proceed directly to St. Louis Vortex, Sierra Tango Lima. Now, checker 112 out of the field is at your 2 o'clock in 12 miles, report the field of sight and acknowledge with an ident.
kind of issues he's having that he can acknowledge with an ident. Probably some radio issues of some kind.
Now, checker 112 Alpha, ident observed, cleared for the visual on way 28 right from way 28 right, cleared to land. Acknowledge with an ident. The Pittsburgh wind, barrel at 5 knots.
What is this? This is Lake Huron, isn't it? We're not too far from Detroit. That also means we're just about to enter Canada.
Number 1, Lima Tango, proceed directly St. Louis Vortex, Sierra Tango Lima.
1,000.
Proceed speed, 1 Lima Tango. Sorry, just confirm it's Sierra Tango Lima. Sierra Tango Lima for 1 Lima Tango. Thank you. WestJet 532 Lima Airspace, Toronto is offline, rail services terminated, frequently change of route, happy landing.
Hoping to come now. Thank you very much for the ATC, WestJet 532. We'll switch over and then we will maintain 29 for a little while. We're still 105 out, so when we're about 90, 95 out, we'll continue our descent. CYHM. Sure, we'll do 10, 20, and 5. Populate the map a little bit. What? I can't hear a word you're saying. I still can't hear a word you're saying. And now I really can't hear anything you might be saying. I can see your cursor moving though. We'll continue our descent now. Oh. $13,000 at first. Pull the fucking throttles back. No, let's set it to 11,000. Whoops.
I was speaking to a friend by the way on the call. So,
Oh, that makes
yeah,
more sense.
yeah, that's why I pushed my mic away earlier.
Because I heard you faintly talking, but I couldn't tell at all what you were saying. So I was like, I can't hear a word you're saying. The weather, will get the latest weather there. 040 at 11:15 miles, view at 4,500, scattered at 22,000, 15 degrees, dew point is 2, and now the altimeter is 3021. There's a bit of spoiler here. What airport is that? Is that Windsor? No. Oh, it's London. It's London, Ontario. Okay. I still find it funny that the VATSIM supervisor asked me why I'm flying to his home airport. It's still like it doesn't get many commercial flights. It's still a pretty sizable airport. It's a big cargo hub, if nothing else. You're still doing that?
Yeah, and actually when I reach our building and you have to do all those landmarks, like the long cross countries and shit like that, the truck can take like 8 hours.
Oh my god.
So you have to actually get your map out and plug it. Once you move on to IFR, life just gets it's hard as well.
Well, I bet it's hard.
IFR in like flight school is basically that you do everything. You fly your entire RPMs, you do all that shit.
Yeah. Well, that's why you get paid to fly and I don't. I sit around and do nothing.
Okay, last thing. I have the flight now.
Now with the brakes, I'll try and slow down the airplane. Pretty perfectly timed that. We're going to be at 250 at basically exactly 10,000. No, plane, don't increase thrust. Actually, maybe. We'll get rid of the spoilers. Alright, 127 is going to be our VREF. Turn on our turn-offs now, 20 miles out. Don't have the airport in sight. Get on the spoilers, we won't need them anymore until we touch down. I'm slowing down to 210. We can go flaps to 1.
To go.
190 on the speed now is fine. The 700 seems to slow down also much faster than the 800. No problems maintaining speed and altitude targets and any of that. Flaps 5.
2500.
Localizer captured. The runway in sight as well. Approach mode armed. $170. Glide slope captured. Hopefully the glitch doesn't happen again. It shouldn't because I changed the source of the weather to active sky. Flaps 10. Slow down to 140 is fine now. Minecraft. Flaps 15. Gear down. We can go to 25. 127 was the landing speed. I'll set that in here. Drifting slightly right. Flaps 30. What do you say? Oh, you finished it just in time?
Yeah.
Oh, a little bit too much power.
Is that default?
The auto gen is default, yes. I'm drifting right. Oh, now the fucking tailwind kicked in. No wonder. I'll keep the speed up since the tailwind is here. It's about 10 knots, 9 knots. Yeah, we gotta increase our speed now for the 10. No, now it's turning into a crosswind, so now we gotta be careful of that. Now the weather has turned into mostly a crosswind with a slight headwind, so now the balance of the 700 seems a bit off though.
300. Approaching minimums.
Continue through the minimums. I have to fight with the stabilizer a bit. Continue. Oh, bit of a stutter. Reverse. No chance of making that exit. Alright, reverse, disarm the auto brakes. We'll vacate onto the other runway. There we go.
I mean, that was good.
Not bad, yeah. The wind sheared when I was at about 1,000 feet to what I was expecting it to be at the whole time. But that's okay. We had some small struggles keeping it balanced there. Flap 0. Can turn on the taxi light. We'll keep the landing lights on because we're still on a runway here. Blackbird is here and he says, "Hope no crash." Well, you got your wish. We did not have a crash. Make this left-hand turn here. Three hours and 6 minutes it took to fly from Calgary. Got the flaps to 0. We got the spoilers disarmed. FMC message can be cleared. We're drifting slightly right or left, I mean. I think gate number 2 or gate number 3. It doesn't matter too much. There's like a million gates here and there's no flights, so. Well, in real life this taxiway got changed, but I'm gonna go straight through because the scenery says I can. Hell yeah. Gate 3 probably would have been the correct gate, but gate 2 is fine. Park brake on. Shut down the engines. Turn off the fasten seatbelt sign. Anti-collision light can come off, and we'll get the ground handling to come over to the airplane. We can complete our flight on Sim Toolkit Pro and unload the flight from our Navigraph. Sim Toolkit Pro. Set the chocks, open the doors, and turn Turn off the transponder, disconnect from the network. What an empty looking airport. It does. But I mean, it is pretty lifeless in real life, so. What? It is. But it is a payware airport, so it better be. This is the Hamilton scenery made by Canada for X-Plane. Not bad at all. I wish more airlines flew here. But we can fly cargo jet. Cargo jet. What a name.
Naming your shop Chicken Shop.
It is. Alright, that's probably enough screenshots. Alright, so I closed the doors. We did that. We disconnected from the network. We completed that. Excellent. So, but my, whatever I said earlier about the... Oh, that's the wrong button. Alt R. Alt R, I said. About the active sky and the X-Plane default weather stuff, I think was right, and it was a good call to do what I did with it. Oh yeah, the level up doesn't show the rudder in replay for some reason. I gave it some right rudder. I suppose it wasn't enough, but whatever. Could have flared it a tiny bit more, but I was actually at the stop already, so. Could have probably used a bit more speed. That's alright. Why is it so laggy though? I don't understand. X-Plane replay mode can be a bit temperamental sometimes, but it is what it is.
And if you play with it too much, it's gonna fucking crash or something.
No, they fixed that. What are my PC specs? I have the 4070 Ti. I have... Okay, it was really... This is strange how it's being so temperamental. Okay, really quickly. I'll go find them. I don't remember what CPU I have, actually. It's a Ryzen 9. But I don't remember which Ryzen 9 it is. Oh, it's a 5900X, yeah. And then 64 gigs of RAM. I got extra RAM because X-Plane uses a lot of RAM. What else? That's basically it, isn't it? 4070 Ti.
I really feel like doing a milk run on this sim, but like I want to do it with someone. It's more fun, you know.
Yeah. I'll do it at some point. I'll definitely do it at some point.
I need to get the sceneries and stuff. Right?
Yeah. Maybe if I stop watching Krish's stream, it'll... And he's only streaming my stream back to me, so it's not like I'm missing out on much.
I just realized that. Yeah, what the fuck?
It didn't help. It's weird that it stutters like this on the replay. It's a little bit harder to judge the landing because it keeps stuttering, but whatever. Oh, this side seems to go a little bit.
Shit reset, by the way.
I'll show it to you after the stream. It's complicated stuff. Alright, but yeah, that'll do it for this stream. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I don't think I'll stream tomorrow on Thursday. I think I'll stream maybe, probably on Friday. But I don't know yet for sure. I still might stream tomorrow, but probably not. Don't expect it tomorrow. But yeah, that'll do it. I hope to see you guys next time, and goodbye. Oh, and good landing as always. Waiting for your next one. Glad to watch the entire thing this time. Yeah, thank you very much for watching it. It improves my watch time numbers, I suppose. But yeah, thank you very much. Appreciated. I'll see you in the next one.